Before we get started on the EU4, we'll give it a few minutes for everyone to join in here. But if any of you remember the last stream, I was slightly worried about possibly failing a course. It didn't happen. It's great stuff. Well, okay, it's a long story. It technically did, and then it technically didn't. And the most important part is that it technically didn't. Yeah. So let me tell you the story. The course didn't happen, or didn't fail. Of course, well, why wouldn't the course happen? What? No, I didn't fail. So, long story. I'm gonna tell the whole story, I guess, because it's not that long. We still need to wait for a few people to join in. So, the story goes like this, alright? Software testing course. Really difficult. The lectures are not good. Well, they would be useful if there were an exam, but there's no exam, right? So we're learning a lot of stuff in class, which is irrelevant to passing the class. That's the way I see it. We have to learn a lot of things ourselves. Really awful, really tough marking. So, first assignment rolls around. He gives us 2 months to do it, alright? We get September and October to do the assignment. Assignment is still really difficult. It took me 35 hours for reference. 35 hours to do the assignment. I spent, there's a break called like the reading week, which they should really call the assignment week because of, you know, all the assignments they give you. But anyway, I spent about 4 days working on that assignment. I actually did an all-nighter on one of those days to submit the assignment on time. And, I didn't feel that great about it. I thought, well, you know, it does all the things they want it to, but also it qualifies for a couple of deductions on the grading scheme. So, like, the way it is if you do a couple things wrong, even if you do everything they want you to do, if you end up doing things in the wrong order, or if you end up not doing it a style that they want, then they can deduct like 40% of your mark. It's pretty bad, yeah. It's also a course where if you fail one assignment, you fail the whole course. That's great. That's fantastic. So, I actually don't know how they're allowed to do this. Anyway, so half the class dropped the course because it's insane. It is psychotic. Basically, they give us the hardest possible assignment they can think of, where you have to, like, tiptoe around glass just to, like, finish the whole assignment, and then, if you fail it, then that's it. That's GG. You don't get a refund if you withdraw either. So I finished the assignment, and the professor said while the TAs, the teacher's assistants, who are like paid people to help the professor with grading, while the TAs were going through all the assignments, they were failing a lot of people as well, because they were just going through the grading scheme. Here's the rundown. Here's the overall rundown. Half the class left the course, alright? That's the first part. Second part, half of the people that remain were getting failing grades. That's a 25% pass rate on the first assignment, ladies and gentlemen. 25%, which doesn't look good on the professor. So he said, okay, hold on. I'm gonna look at all of the failed assignments. I'm gonna look at them myself and then regrade them based off a new rubric that will hopefully not have as many people fail. For reference, mine was one that failed the first time around. Mine, yeah, kind of. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I was a little bit worried, you know, and then the professor said, okay, listen, if you made some of the mistakes, then we're just gonna like loosen the definition of a mistake, okay? Only if it's really obvious and really blatant, then we'll remove 40% of your mark. Otherwise, okay, we'll just sort of like leave it be. And I know I made at least 1 or 2 mistakes, alright? I did like 150 GitHub commits. There's no way all of those were perfect. And they weren't. That's why I failed the first time around. And then he loosened up a lot of the requirements. Because he didn't want it to look bad on him. And then guess what, chat? I got the mark back. And you know what it was? A 100%. I went from a failing grade in that assignment to 100%. That is the insanity of the marking in this course. Really great stuff. Really fantastic. I don't really even know. Yeah. And you know what? I'm probably still gonna go and complain to what do they call them? The ombudsman, the people who actually like really care about the education side of things. Sounds like bad grading guidelines to begin with. Yes, Yes, they are. Everything in the course so far has been a really... Except for the online quiz. That's the only thing that wasn't a poor grading scheme, in my opinion. He even admitted that all of the previous in-class assessments had really poor grading schemes as well. He said that one student in the first in-class assessment got a 0%, and then when he regraded it, he gave it a 90% because that's what it was actually worth. Like, okay, cool. So, like, you're just gonna give people 0% and then be like, oh, my bad, sorry, that was supposed to be a 90. You can't just do that. I mean, if they should be getting the real mark in the first place, but, like, you can't just... Like, do you realize how really bad that is? Especially when you have this, you know, fail one thing, fail the course kind of, you know, policy. That's really bad. Does the prof have tenure? I don't remember, how long has this guy been there? He seems like he's been there for a while. Okay, so this guy, my professor, he reminisces about the time that he worked at a company called Nortel, alright? Really big company, big telecommunications company in Canada. It had like several 100,000 employees, and then it died. So that was around like 15 years ago, I think, maybe. Yeah, anyway. So this guy's probably been at the university since then. So he's been there maybe 15 years, I don't know. And then there's another assignment that's due on Wednesday, and I gotta work on that. Fortunately, it's only gonna take me maybe, I don't know, 10 hours. That's like me being hopeful. Maybe he just got tenure and is flexing it, maybe. Although I looked up this guy's ratings, like his rate, you know, Rate My Professor. Looked up his ratings, and apparently people have been having this issue for years with him, because it's like every year he does the same thing, which means I don't think complaining about him is going to change anything. Anyway, enough about that. Alright, so chat, hello there, everyone. How does this guy keep his job, though? It's a mystery. Actually, you know how he keeps his job? He manages to get a bunch of people to sign up for a really important 4th year computer science course, and then he gets them to drop out of that course without a refund. So he's making money for the university while decreasing the amount of bureaucracy required. You know, it's actually rather smart. You know, he has to do less grading, but the university still gets as much money. I don't know, that's just a theory. That's a little bit of a cynical theory, but it's just a theory. Master of the Victoria meta.